Hey everybody, how are you? Hope you're doing well. So do me a favor before we get started. Hit that like button. If you're not a subscriber, hit the subscribe button and notification bell next to it so that you won't miss an episode. So today we're going to talk about sickle cell disease and we're going to correlate that to the stock market. So, we got a lot of technology going on. You heard of all the new innovations coming. So they have something called gene editing, and the FDA has approved two gene therapies for sickle cell. They have gene editing techniques. So, sickle cell, have you seen anyone with sickle cell before? Have you seen anyone with sickle cell? Okay, so for people that's not familiar with sickle cell, usually the person is like in the hospital every few months, having like severe pain, perhaps taking opioid meds, and then have to always, be ready to be on the go. Like have a bag with you just in case you got to take a trip over to the hospital. So I've seen that person before. Have you seen that person? Sickle cell. Okay, I read an article and I thought it was interesting because the article is stating that the pharmaceutical industry has neglected this population. There are 100,000 people in the United States with sickle cell, and they usually rely for treatment, they rely on a bone marrow transplant or a stem cell transplant, and they have to wait for a donor. So imagine a life like that, right? So, got something new here. It is called gene editing. And there's a gene editing technique. It's called CRISPR. They have one product called Casgevy and another called Lyfgenia. These are potential cures. It's for ages 12 and older with vaso-occlusive crisis or this like extreme pain. So, Casgevy, guess how much that costs? I give you time to guess how much it costs. $2.2 million for one treatment. Lyfgenia, guess how much it costs? $3.1 million. But I found it interesting that the article itself stated that this population has been neglected by the pharmaceutical industry. So now they have these new things out and they're charging millions of dollars for it, right? So, like in sickle cell, your hemoglobin, which carries the oxygen, the hemoglobin is misshaped. It's misshaped, so it gets stuck in your vessels. It could cause organ damage, but this is where the pain is coming from because the hemoglobin is misshaped and it gets stuck in the vessels, creating the pain. So, what this gene editing is doing is they are actually able to remove this blood from the patient. They're able to edit this and then put it back into the patient. And so they're describing one person that they ran a trial on. He had a one-time infusion of his own gene edited cells, and he has not had another crisis. So he is essentially a normal person, able to live his life normally as a result of this one time infusion of his own gene edited cells. So, this is something new, and I think it's interesting. FDA approves 2 gene therapies for sickle cell. So there's a whole list of gene editing stocks, right? So there's a whole pharmaceutical section when you get over into the stock market. And they have one section where there's just a list of gene editing stocks. So there are all kind of different things going on out here. And I find it to be very interesting. And that's just one thing in relation to sickle cell disease and this new thing that they're doing with gene editing, which is so far it's showing that it's the actual cure that is actually working. That they are able to live normal lives instead of having to be on the go and being hospitalized every couple of months because they're in this severe pain. So again, it is gene therapy. The FDA has approved 2 gene therapies for sickle cell. So if you're interested, if you know anyone going through this, you could read further on this. If you're interested in the stocks, you could read further on that. But I just find both sections interesting. So the health side, knowing that there's something out there for people suffering, and then the money side, right? They're charging all these millions of dollars for it. All right, so that is what is going on. So if you have any comments, feel free to leave your comments below. Before you leave, I need for you to hit this like button. If you're not a subscriber, I need for you to hit the subscribe button and notification bell next to it so that you won't miss the episode. Also, remember to leave a comment. Feel free to share the channel. If you know anyone who is interested in building wealth or improving their finances, feel free to share the channel. Again, the FDA has approved 2 gene therapies for sickle cell, gene editing techniques. So this is what they are doing in the health community, along with a multitude of other things. There are all kind of things going on, all kind of inventions, all kind of discoveries, new techniques, and this is just one of them, right? FDA approves 2 gene therapies for sickle cell. If you know anyone suffering from this, let them know about it. If you know anyone who is not in the stock market, let them know about this channel. All right, again, before you leave, do me a favor, hit this like button. You're not a subscriber, do me a favor, hit the subscribe button and notification bell next to it so that you won't miss an episode. Also, leave a comment and let me know your thoughts. What do you think about this gene therapy that is going on? And how do you think that that will impact the medical community? What are your thoughts on this gene therapy? All right, don't forget, hit this like button, hit the subscribe button, and notification bell next to it so that you won't miss an episode. And leave a comment and share the channel with anyone you know who is interested in building wealth or improving their finances. All right. And one more thing before you leave, don't forget, hit that like button on your way out. All right. Thank you for watching. and have a good rest of your night. Bye for now.